In New South Wales, case numbers trending down.
1,063 cases.
And vax rates climbing. More than 80% have received their first dose and over half double jabs.
Which is quite a remarkable increase.
Young Sydney-siders getting vaxxed in their droves. More than a third of 12 to 15-year-olds with at least one dose, just 10 days since the rollout expanded.
It's just amazing.
In Victoria, today a tougher set of numbers to swallow. The state recording its highest ever daily surge.
They're going to go up, but we can, all of us, in the choices we make, limit the amount by which they go up.
As Melbourne claims the world record for the most days spent in lockdown.
Fatigue in our community is a very real thing. That's why it's so hard.
The Premier blasting the federal government's refusal to provide further financial support to the state's construction industry.
Victorians are getting sick and tired of every time the Commonwealth Government spends $1 in Victoria, it's treated like it's foreign aid. Like we should bow our head and be grateful. No, we're part of this country.
But for the thousands of Victorians stuck in Sydney, finally a path carved out.
Victorians will be eligible to return home to Victoria if they are double vaccinated and if they have a negative test 72 hours prior to leaving New South Wales.
With 14 days of quarantine on arrival, but this time at home.
This is a proportionate and the right thing to do.
Those arrangements loosening once the state hits the magic 80% mark.
The whole world changes once we get to 80%. Borders can open between states, borders can open to the rest of the world in stages, and double vax people, they're going to get given preferential treatment.
But with the Queensland Premier hinting her borders could stay shut over Christmas.
In Victoria, if you have 80% vaccinated, you can have 30 people around to your house for Christmas dinner. At the moment, everyone in Queensland can have 100 people.
There are still detours ahead in the nation's roadmap back to normal.
I am sick of being attacked for Queensland doing a great job.
Wow.
Anyone at the desk got holidays for Christmas planned in Queensland?
They don't seem very welcoming, do they?
I think she's making a really interesting point, though. Like, I think there's fair criticism of her for deviating from the national plan and all that. But her point is kind of, if we open up our border at 80%, then you want us to open up, we're already open. It's just the border that isn't. And so our restrictions will end up being more than we have now. Why are we going to sign up for that?
Sure.
Like, it's actually an interesting point.
Sure. It's interesting because do they want COVID for Christmas? Like, so do you do it before Christmas and deal with it and get it going? Or do you wait, get through the Christmas period? But then on the flip side, there's all the tourism dollars they're missing.
And Queenslanders, because Queenslanders live all over the country, right? So coming home for Christmas would be...
I'm a Queenslander.
Yeah. But you look like you're happy not to get home for Christmas.
Well, you know, if they don't want me, but...
She's gone Gold Coast chic tonight.
Did you say chic?
Yes.
Chic, yes.
Are they just going to pursue zero COVID the whole time?
Forever?
Yeah.
Clearly not. Clearly
Well,
they
it's a
can't
bit
do
like the national plan doesn't seem to count for anything with the Queensland Premier. I mean, there's meant to be an agreement at 80%, but she basically said today it's going to mean different things for different states.
Yeah. WA as well. South Australia's the only one that's really put its hand up.
I hope the goalposts at the AFL Grand Final aren't as wobbly as the national
commitments of the From expert opinions to in-depth analysis and reporting, the Project YouTube brings you the biggest stories from Australia and around the globe. Hit the subscribe button now for news delivered straight to your feed.